Good morning. This is a little swatch and review of the Laura Geller Cinnamon and Spice. This is in the new FabFitFun box, and if you haven't used Laura Geller, I typically love all of her palettes, so I expect this won't be any different. This was made in China, and I was gonna look and see my other palettes from Laura Geller. I actually have these two. Excuse all the boxes in the back. It's Christmas around here. I have these. They come in a set of 3. They're available at Walmart right now. Lisa is actually doing a review of these, but they came out Christmas 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And these are really awesome. I'm just going to look. These are also made in China, PRC. So this formula is fantastic. That is like a nude. That's metallic, and here's like a darker metallic. Okay, so that's the quality of how they swatch. And they came in like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Friday I kept, it's very pink and plum. Saturday was very navy blue, and I actually gave it to a friend. And then this is very warm and brown cinnamon, and so I kept it as well. And I use this a ton. These actually are in my car all the time. So that is the brown from this. Here is a kind of a, they call it Golden Girl, but it's a sort of a champagne color. And then here is the brown metallic. Okay, so then there's the brown metallic. They go on nice, I would say, quality-wise, you know, they're not Sydney Grace, but they are good and they are workable. Sydney Grace is kind of what I would say is like the holy grail standard. I consider Sydney Grace to be even better than Natasha Denona or Pat McGrath typically. So these feel buttery. And so this is the new palette. I'll just swatch this row for you because it's the kind of the lightest row, and then I'll swatch the other. So it swatches the same. That's a kind of a metallic. And then there's this one. So I would say that overall, these are the same formula. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch. There's this one kind of cinnamony brown shade. And then there's this. The thing that I think is very interesting though, is that these are more satins. So if you want something really metallic, I would say that these are more in line with satins texture wise, but you can look at it on your hands all you want, but it really depends on how it works on the eyes. So I'm just going to use, this is the NARS smudge proof eyeshadow base. And I'm just going to do a really quick. This is one of those bases that I think is a good test for any shadow because it's a great base. I did do a look with these yesterday and was not impressed with them, but I know that for me, eyeshadow base is a really important part of my entire routine. I have to do eyeshadow base. It's not really an option. So let's go in, and I'm gonna go ahead and do, maybe I'll just do this like kind of pinky quad so that you can see. One of the things I do think is really nice about this is that there are lighter transition shades in here and crease colors. So I don't know, depending on who you are, a lot of times you might be thinking that the transition shades are really dark, and these are really nice mattes, I think. The one thing I don't like, and this is a problem with a lot of palettes for me, is the outer corner. Oop, I'm not gonna use that brush. I threw that one on the floor. The outer corner darkening colors may not be as dark as you would like them to be. I find that to be the case with a lot of different things. Let's see. So I'm gonna use Sigma Lid Shader with this dark pink. So this is why I wanted you to see it. So this is this dark pink that I'm using. Like, am I using the right side of the brush here? Okay. This is a Sigma lid shader brush. I use this often. It is synthetic. I prefer a natural hairbrush. But this does a good job. But it is not as pigmented. This is the color. This is what it translates as. And I found this yesterday to be the case as well. It's pretty, but for me, a big issue with any shadow is I want it to be the same color in the pan that it is on my eye. And when I go through and I do eyeshadow, that'll fix a lot of that. And then this is that light pink shade there, and it's like a non-existent shadow color. And so I would say reminds me of ballet. It's just that ballet pink, traditional ballet pink. And so now I'm gonna use this dark row. I'm using this one on the outer corner first. And I've been playing with my outer corner brushes, and this is not gonna be one that I keep for outer corner because it is not an awesome outer corner brush. Might be decluttering this brush. I don't like the way that it's placing the shadow down. I might switch it for other things. I'm gonna keep this quick because we're at 6 minutes and I want this to be short. And then let's go through and do something different with the crease. Crease-wise, I'm gonna go ahead and try this. This is the Zoeva Luxe pencil. And I'm gonna take that kind of rusty color. Oh, kick up, here's your kick up. There is kick up in the pan, a little bit. I don't personally mind kick up in the pan, but I'm just gonna darken that deepest part of the crease. And this, there's some other new palettes that have come out recently that don't have as many rich shades. Everything's very light, and I find that they're really pretty, but they don't give me all the things that I need. I end up having to open other palettes to get shade deepening colors, and I typically won't do that, or I end up using all the same colors. So there is that sort of, it's a very pink look. It doesn't translate pink on camera as much. Let's see here. I'm gonna turn on my Reiki light. Do any of us not have these Reiki lights at this point? I'm gonna turn it down actually. It's so bright. And then I actually do a warm ring light with it, because I personally do not like completely cold light. And then I'm just gonna try let me try a natural fiber brush. This is the Omnia shader, and just to see if that color of burgundy translates. That's so weird. It's like it doesn't go on my eyes. It's like the opposite of magnetic. So if you were wondering whether or not to keep this palette, I'm gonna say no. I would say it's a fine palette. It swatches really nice, but the lack of translation, the lack of colors showing up on the lids, and I don't think berry shades are really hard to create. This isn't either. Okay, let's just try. When in doubt, go Refer. So actually, I'm gonna go one step further. I'm gonna go ahead and go to Bobbi Brown. I'm gonna go on my other eye with my Bobbi Brown brush. And I'm gonna do, I'll just wash my face. I'm gonna do a striped metallic here so you can see all of them. So this is this one, and it translates well and accurately. I'm doing the lower row, right to left. This is the sort of orangey metallic. That one translates beautifully. This is the next shade over. Sort of almost taupe. That one translates really nicely. I'm gonna clean my brush here with my makeup eraser. I always keep one on my table to rub brushes off on. And then this is the outer corner I'm doing with the lower corner metallic, which is like almost like a burgundy. So that did work. All of those shades show up and they translate really well. This isn't going to be the cutest look, but I just want you to see. So this is this plummy color, and it actually looks great this way. So this might just be a brush situation. Again, natural fiber brushes and the type of brush you have can make a big difference. So if you have natural, all that to say, if you have natural brushes, I think this is a really beautiful palette and you might enjoy it if you like light, soft ballet type looks. If you don't have natural brushes, you're gonna probably fight with this palette a bit because it does not like synthetic. The mattes are really, really nice. If this was magnetic, I would probably pull all the mattes out and I'd probably get rid of the rest. But there you have it. I know this size kind of a mess, but I just really wanted to see if it translates, because how you swatch something has no bearing on how something actually is going to do on your eye. And just for reference, I'll show you. This is called Sangria Seduction. And this is from the Flirty Friday palette. And this is just going right on. And it's very pink. And it is, I think, if it's not, I think apple cider is what they're calling this color. So they're calling this one apple cider, but it is, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just an apple cider color. I think it looks more pink to me, but it isn't showing up pink. But there's that pink from the Flirty Friday palette. So all in all, I would definitely say Laura Geller they're a B company. I would say they, for me, perform better than e.l.f., but they're definitely not going to be like a Sydney Grace level, ColourPop level, Beauty Bakery level. They're not the indie brand that is really great quality for their eyeshadows. I love Laura Geller as a brand. I just don't think that they are up to par. I would say that these are really similar to Pixie, very similar to Pixie or Pure. So if you're looking for comparison, I would say that the Laura Geller palettes all are very similar to Pixie and Pure. Hope that helps.